my favourite story of the day. You might have seen this last night. It was doing the rounds on social media, actually. We know lots of Christmas lights are going up this weekend. Switch-ons happening all over the place. If you're planning to impress anyone with a grand switching on ceremony, well, here is a valuable lesson in the importance of timing. Just watch closely.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right then, good morning again, and welcome back to another Angler's Diary page. A bit of an unexpected trip, this one. A bit of a story. I bumped into an old fishing acquaintance a couple of weeks ago while we were queuing outside a click and collect tackle shop, and he was telling me that he's been introducing his young grandson to the fishing, which was good to hear. But he was telling me that he'd been fishing a local farm pond, which seemed quite well stocked with roach and rudd. And he'd been a few times, but on the last visit in the summer, he tells me he had a couple of his fish snatched off his line by something. Now, not sure what the something is, but I could make an educated guess. So I thought, well, why not? If I can get permission to fish it, I'd give it a go, and hence the unexpected trip today. So this is the farm pond. It's not big, probably only, I don't know, a couple of acres if that. It appears to be very shallow. And whilst the weed is dying off, there's still a lot of weed, which may or may not make fishing a bit complicated. So I've hedged my bets with this one. I've got one rod with a sardine suspended underneath a float, quite shallow, and I've got a big piece of lamprey lying on the bottom. Great believer in lamprey. So let's see what happens. Maybe nothing, but you never know. Okay, it looks like we may have some interest in the lamprey. Yeah, she's moving. Very slow, gentle take though. Yeah, let's find out what it is. Well, no. Sorry guys, missed that one. Well, that was disappointing. Well, at one level it was disappointing to have dropped that off. Difficult to tell how big it was. But at another level, that's really good news. It means that there's something certainly in here, by way of pike, I would guess. It was a very slow, very gentle take, so not sure. Was it a big fish? Was it a small fish? We'll have to wait and see, assuming I get another chance. I'll be back if anything happens. You're not going to believe this. I'd no sooner switched the camera off and the float bobbed again. Well, it came back. Not again! I don't believe it. And that was a really positive run, that one. I think I'm going to take up stamp collecting. Change of bait. Let's just let's see if that will bring it back again. Can't imagine it will come back 3 times. As I said, frustrating. Right, well, nothing came back on the lamprey rod, but now the sardine rod's on the go. It's another very slow sort of take. Well, we're temporarily hooked at least. An angry little jack. Goodness. Got it. Well, that's the blank saver, if nothing else. O'clock. It's gone a bit quiet after this morning's excitement. It's not a big pond, so if the fish are moving around, then sooner or later they've got to come past here. I was on and ahhing as to whether I should try a different spot, but I think they were here this morning. I think we'll just wait and see if they come back round this afternoon. Right, still very quiet. I've been sitting here pondering as to what's happened during the day, and I just wonder, with it being such a small pond, whether or not the fish, the pike, have very defined feeding spells. Because what makes me wonder about that is that obviously I had 3 runs this morning, and during the morning I noticed at the far side of the pond there were at least a couple of pikes striking into the shoals of silverfish, scattering them all over the place as they do. And since it's gone quiet on the rods, I've not seen any activity on the other side of the pond either. And as I say, I just wonder whether the pike have a very defined feeding cycle in the pond. I'd need a few more sessions to be able to refine that conundrum, and I certainly think I'll be back on today's showing. Hour and a half left, plenty of time. Something else might happen yet. I'll be back if it does. We're in business again, boys. No. That's annoying. It was a good run, and I always tend to want to strike early, just to make sure we don't deep hook a fish. Clearly that one didn't have the hooks in its mouth, so it won't end well. Still time. Opportunity number 5, boys. So far so good. Another little jack. At last. Well, this one very kindly unhooked itself in the net. Let's have a look, see what we got. There we go. Oh, steady. Lovely coloured fish, these, quite dark, so that's good news. Okay guys, time to go. I think I can honestly say I really enjoyed today. New water, always that's like an extra edge of excitement when you're fishing in new water. And let's face it, this morning at the start of the day I didn't even know whether there were any pike in that pond. we've certainly resolved that question. 5 opportunities, 2 modest fish on the bank, an all-rounded enjoyable day, I would say. If you've watched it this far, thank you very much, I do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. This walking doesn't get any easier.